are doing this together instead of solo. What's going on, partner?
Not much, man. I can't believe the last event on the track has taken place. We are
Yes.
left with this void that has been filled for the past week that we will have to find something in our lives to fill this void.
We'll figure it out. All right. We'll do something. We got
Hey,
some.
people forget we still have Diamond League coming up after this. And in an Olympic year, Diamond League after is ridiculous. Everyone's just going for world record. Everyone's in top shape. It's gonna
We're
be
going
awesome.
for world record. There's going to be some redemption for people. If you don't think Jakob Ingebrigtsen is trying to run 1,500 at every single Diamond League race the rest of this year, he wants a world record at this point. If he can get the world record before the end of Diamond League season, he'll feel okay. But let's go over.
Because I have some things about his race today.
Yeah. So we have day 10 highlights coming in. Morning session was fun.
Morning session was awesome because there was no morning session.
Well, the marathon's the morning session.
I'm an idiot. Yeah.
My daughter's walking in. What's up, buddy?
Hey, we have a cameo. Anyway, marathon was awesome. Connor Mance, Young, both guys.
I'll be back. Dave, that's all you.
All right, man. All right. You get thrown curveballs. So I wish Alex did the best with his daughter. Anyway, marathon, Mance, Young, training partners, both run great, represent the U.S. well. 2:08. Then we have the fireworks that started on the track. What a ridiculous day that we had today. I was talking about the marathon. Mance Young ran great, represented us extremely well. Super, super proud.
And Kipchoge did. He DNF'd.
He
didn't have GPS. But listen,
we might be seeing the end of his reign, which was
God, it's so hard to be so good at the marathon for as long as he is. I think humans or something should only have no more than 20 marathons in their body. And these guys and girls,
at least fast
marathons. But these guys and girls that do it Olympic years in and out, they're running 20 in these 4 years just to gear up. So congrats. But you probably mentioned Tamarat Tola, Ethiopia, a 2:06.26 at that Paris course is no cakewalk. And then the Americans running 2:08s as well were fantastic. So
absolutely, yeah.
It's Olympic record for Tola, season best for Abdi there in second from Belgium. So congrats there. We're pumped. Kipruto, Kenya. But yeah, let's jump to the track since I'm in a little more order. I'll take over here. So we're gonna start off with the high jump. We got second Team USA, Shelby McEwen. He took second, and the only reason he took second is because Kurt cleared one extra. Yeah.
No, because I was actually watching this. I was riveted because it was cool how they had a break after the last individual race before the 4x4. So the whole crowd was just watching women's jav and men's high jump,
which is nice.
So it was cool. Everyone was cheering, and so they went up to American cleared 2:38. Kurt cleared 2:38.
Oh, they went back. Yeah.
6. Right. And Bartham missed it, but kudos to him. 4 straight medals and 4 straight Olympics.
Yeah, from Qatar, so a small country.
Unreal. That's awesome. So they go back down, and Kerr just gets some misses. But I mean, the Americans' PR was 2:30. He gets up to 2:36. Stepped up. He gets a silver medal. Unbelievable.
For those that aren't familiar with the heights, I translated it. 2:36 is 7 feet 7 inches. Okay, 2:34 is 7.6 for the the individual from Qatar. So Shelby McEwen jumped 7.7. Reference: Yao Ming was 7.6.
Yep.
Okay,
he jumped
over Yao Ming. So that's for the common person that is a sports fan. Yao Ming, I guess for the current reference, Wemby and change. He jumped over Wembanyama and change.
He would clear Aaron Judge by a foot.
That's so stupid to think about. Could you imagine?
I just saw Aaron Judge in person. He is huge.
They should that would be fun. Instead of a dunk contest, have the high jumpers get athletes that they could jump over and just have Shelby McEwen high jump over Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton standing next to each other. or as I'd like to know, Mike Stanton. He's still Mike Stanton.
World record. Bring out Sean Bradley.
Hey, or from Maris, Rick Smits.
Yeah,
I'll take that. So, shout out to Shelby McEwen, Team USA, getting another medal, personal best there for him. We're going to go into the 100-meter hurdles. Masai Russell, USA, 12.33, brings it home over, the French individual, which was huge.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce her name, Syria Samba Mayela. Sorry, I ruined your name.
I said it yesterday, and it's kind of cool. I mean, we had an amazing run with our Queen Harrisons and all these wonderful hurlers. It's cool kind of seeing new names kind of crop up and know that last group left this group in
Now,
great
Masai's
hands.
not new though. We've heard of Masai
Right.
coming up.
But I mean,
But
like,
for new people that are
yeah,
just
and
Olympics.
that we continue to just be amazing in that.
And
event.
Jasmine Camacho Quinn, who is a legend though,
Ah,
coming in bronze for Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, yep.
I'm sorry, all Puerto Rican medals should go to the United States. I'm gonna say that right now. It's a territory, damn it. But no, happy for her. Cool for people, Puerto Rican people. I'm only joking. I digress, Puerto Rican people. I'm joking. But let's jump into a big race. 5K. I mean, this had so many things going with it. Jakob Ingebrigtsen wanted his redemption, and he got it. A 13-13-6-6. Saves his season best for now. And
I have so many issues with this race, man.
All right, talk about him.
All right. First of all, Jakob Ingebrigtsen is a 1500 magician, right? Who can also run a great 5K. There were probably 6 or 7 people in that race who have better 5Ks.
Yep.
Why the hell are you letting it, like, there was no way that he was going to lose that race the way that it went. Like, they did not give themselves a chance to win.
This was the only championship race of the
women's 10K too. But like, why would you, like, you're not going to beat him. He's pissed off. He's got the kick. Take it at, like, you run 12:40s. He's going to have to run, Man. I mean, I don't understand for the life of me their strategy, knowing that we got this guy who's not even, he's coming up to us. Let's bury him. But they didn't do it. And
they didn't do it. It left the door open for him, and he took it because he knows that his kick is better than theirs. And shout out to Kwemoy from Kenya. Ronald Kwemoy ran a 13:15. But it's to Grant Fisher.
Is there a person from the U.S. that learned how to kick before the Olympics? Holy cow, man!
Fisher, baby. Here's the thing with him too. Have we had an individual medal in both the 10 and 5K?
I mean, not in my lifetime.
Maybe months ago.
Probably.
When they were running 13:15s as their fastest, probably. Right. That was like the world record.
I would think so. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, like, just the way that he never put himself, like, I think it was John Anderson. Kudos to him. I watched Peacock. I didn't watch 1 second on NBC. John Anderson was fantastic. Thank you for leaving ESPN and coming to do track. Fantastic.
But please be on, Michael Johnson. I think there's someone available to call your races.
But he also mentioned how, like, he's like, you watch Grant Fisher, the 10K and 5K. The dude was never out of third place. Steady. Just maybe went back to, but like in the same spot on the leaders the whole time. He didn't get caught up in everything. He ran 2 perfect, beautiful races.
Confidence too to do it in 2 different races, right? Where the 10K was Olympic record pace. You had 12 guys break the Olympic record in the 10K, where this was the polar opposite. This was your typical what I expect to see
Olympic race
at World Championships, where it goes out so. And this typically favors your African nations, your Kenya, Ethiopia, Morocco, because this is the style.
Unless you have Jakob in there.
Unless you have Jakob in there, because they like to turn it on. We've seen them do this time and time again. They will run pedestrian, and then the last mile is like a 4:15 or 4 flat, something insane. So it's like this. It's nice to see USA getting their nose in it.
I just think it's cool that Grant showed, like you just said, that he can run any style of race and be up in the front. I mean, he's one of the top 3 or 4 distance runners in the world.
Yeah, honestly, you're looking at it right now, and maybe you could say no if it was just, what he did in this race, right? If it was just like, I mean, that he, ran a race and kicked and things of that. But the fact that he also did it in the 10K
and his 4th places last year, like it's been his world record time. I mean, his American record times are, right there. Like he at this point, I think it's safe to say, I mean, it's so hard to judge errors, but obviously based on time, he is the greatest American distance runner of all time. Hard to do, hard to compare. But I mean, he's putting himself in that conversation.
Yeah, he definitely put himself there. And I want to jump in because I went out of order because I jumped over the 800, and I want to talk about that because talk about not being a championship race. The 800, the ghost of David Rudisha was there. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, shout out to Jeff Benjamin. Has a picture with him, Sebco, and
Rudisha photobombing a picture of him and Sebco. But shout out to, this is like shadows of that, where they're running a 141.191 when a 141.20 took second. Now, okay, you're looking at that going, all right, There's
great guys.
no way an American ran with Wanyoni and Marco Arap. Those are the normal guys up there, right? And even Jamal Sajadi took third, 141.50. We expect that, right? But what if I told you that an American took fourth and it wasn't a 142 or 143?
I'd say, all right, they got fourth. You know,
was,
big gap. You had 3 guys. They probably around like 143.
141.67. National record. Bryce Hoppel shatters the record. Donovan Brazier is not the record holder anymore. And just like that, former guest Johnny Gray's in third.
Listen,
the way he did it too.
I'm watching this race. I mean, he could have done nothing different in any way. He put himself on there. He stayed in contact, and he just kicked. I mean, like 140. Like I just put up a stat on X. The only event on the track that the Americans didn't score in is the 800. And Bryce Hoppel runs a 141. So no, I mean, I think you said earlier, there's no shame in that. I mean,
no.
And I don't like, I guess you could be disappointed because it's right there, but you're going to look back and be like, I ran a 141.6 at the Olympic. Like I did everything. I trained perfect. Everything was right. I loved seeing his boy Kessler out there warming up with him, training partners in real life. Like this US team is just fun. I love it.
Bryce Hoppel did everything right from the qualifications to the semifinal and everything. Like he looked confident.
I thought he might have went hard yesterday, 143.3, but he had to, and it didn't affect him.
But he looked confident. He never looked out of control. He never looked like he was pushing. You know, he breathed a little hard, a little. Yeah, sure.
But so he ran a 141.
And then, but this with the 141, like he didn't look out of place. It didn't look like it was something that didn't belong. So shout out to Bryce Hoppel. I've given Donovan Brazier a ton of crap because he has been a, absentee American record holder. But I don't think I'm going to give Hoppel because Hoppel races, Hoppel's game. And I mean, you run a 141.67. I think he's looking to break 141 next. So I don't think this American record is safe.
I never thought that I'd say that. Is someone going to catch Radisha?
This group?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because you know what? Here's the thing.
Well, because they'll have guys pushing
the Diamond League. You talked about the Diamond League.
I know.
All 4 of these guys are going to see, and all these guys. You took all the names in there. Otto,
with the pacer. With the pacer.
Masalia, Bergen. These are all people that we're going to see. In this race, the slowest time was a 143.84, and that was off by a second.
Right. And throw a pacer there?
Throw a pacer?
Diamond League? It's going to be cool. But, I mean, I forever didn't think I'd see a better 800 ever than it was 2012 Olympics with Radisha and Simmons and when they all ran like that. Yeah. I didn't think I'd see anything better.
This one was better because it was competitive.
It is minus the world record.
Yeah.
It is better. That kind of gives that race some kind of.
If you talk to David Rudisha, he probably looked at this race and been like, I want to be in that race. I would love to have set my world record with 3 or 4 other guys in contact. Yeah. Where when
he might have run a 139.
When Rudisha said it, it wasn't as much in contact. It was he took it out. Once he got the 300 meters and went off, no one could go with him. Yeah. If you would have done that this race, Arab, all of them would have went with him. So it's a very ballsy generation. But let's keep going here.
Let's do it.
Women's 1500, Faith Kipyegon gets it done.
Third in a row.
Third in a row in an Olympic record. 351.29 is nasty, but not to be outdone. Australia, Great Britain, Jessica Hull and Georgia Bell.
What a bit. That was by Bell.
And Muir, who is expected to be up there for Great Britain, ended up finishing 5th in a respect.
She might have run the smartest race.
But Hull and Bell ran a 352.56, 352.61. Now, the American ladies were shut out. Nikki Hilton, Ellie St. Pierre, 7th and 8th. I think it might have just gotten to them legs-wise because Nikki, before the race, said she thinks she has 353 in her. But you know what? 353 wouldn't have, it's crazy. A 353 wouldn't have placed.
And shout out to Sagai for taking it out. And everyone gives Sifan Hassan all this love and well deserved for her 3 races.
Yeah.
Sagai ran the 15, the 5, and the 10.
And so she was game in every single one.
She died, but she took it out in 203.
Yeah, I mean that again. She kept it honest, and that's all you can ask, right? That is all you can ask from these.
I think Hilton and Ellie, they went for it. They just weren't at that level in this meet. No shame whatsoever. I do think Ellie's better in the 5.
Yeah.
But she decided to go 15. So who the hell are we to say that she's going to run something else?
The craziest part for me is that even with that, if Nikki would have ran her 353, which she thought she scored, and we've seen Nikki run fast before. It's not surprising if she did it. It wouldn't have scored. She would have placed 5th with Muir. which is crazy. At 353 doesn't get you on the damn podium anymore.
No.
Like, I don't understand what this Olympics was. And
It's a culmination of
what the world
technology
has been the last few years, too.
but not that it's a culmination of technology. Everyone's so
Hooked up.
hyper focused on diet, on tracks are better. Like everyone's just focused. Like I feel like even the athletes that we have talking to who had to struggle to get here, they all made that sacrifice to train all out. Like this is an Olympic year, so things just happen. Like magic just happens for whatever reason.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The magic does happen. So let's jump into the final two events on the track for the Olympics. The men's and women's 4x4. We have an American sweep. The men and women both won. The men set an Olympic record. I was nervous for a second. I thought they had a chance at the world record. Manchester almost didn't have an Olympic world record holder. And
Andrew Valman.
If Andrew Valman would have gotten replaced there. But this group got it done. And this is the group that were supposed to be the backups, right? These guys are maybe supposed to be placed in
minus Rye.
Yeah, and Mike. Yeah, you had Rye. It was supposed to be Rye, Michael Norman, Hall, and maybe if Wilson had a great run. They were probably going to throw him in there.
Right.
And Noah was healthy. And
Yeah, it was supposed to be ideally, I believe,
team.
Rye, Hall, Michael Norman, and Noah.
No, it was supposed to be an all-star team. Like that's what you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
But in the end, we got some really good relay runners, which the 4x1 team maybe needs to take notes, right? Because you see this in the 4x4. You have your people. We had David Verberger on the show. You have your relay specialists in these events. And, I don't want to disrespect, Christopher Bailey, Vernon Norwood, or Bryce Edmond by calling them relay specialists because they are all fantastic individual runners as well. But they all showed out and they showed, hey.
But they know that. They know their role. Vernon Norwood might be the best. His Olympics were just watching videos of behind the scenes, like him cheering for Hocker and all those things. I was so wrong. I said take him off earlier in the Olympics. No way. Him and Devin, they just, what you're getting. You're getting 44 point every time, and they're gonna keep you in the race. I thought they made a good choice with who that they went with.
And these splits were great. You have Bailey with 44.5, Norwood 43.3, Devin 43.5, and then Rye with 43.13. What more could you have asked from that group? A 254.43 Olympic record, one of the fastest relay times in the history of the sport. It's great. And then you have Botswana right behind them with Tobogo running a 43.03, almost breaking 43. I thought he was going to. And a great times there, too. You have three guys sub 44 and one guy. It was a much closer race than people think.
That is by far the closest men's 4x4 that U.S. has had as long as I can.
And you have Great Britain there not to be outdone. You have the slowest two times there were 44.60, 44.90, but then you have Hudson Smith running a 43 flat and Dobson running a 43.33. This was a legitimate 4x4.
It was.
And even though the men in the United States
on the men's side,
on the men's side, it was a very legitimate 4x4. On the women's side,
listen, anytime you have two guys going at it last 100 meters, that's all you can ask for.
Lots of fun. Okay, so on the women's side, dominance. And honestly, whoever the coaches were, putting Sid and Gabrielle in the middle was just smart and unfair because usually it's not your strategy. Your strategy is your middle ones are supposed to be slower. Those two in there broke the race open, especially Sid. 47.7. Stop it, Sydney. After a world record.
And it didn't look like she was going
it never does.
I know. That's the thing. You're
so easy.
But 47.7 after running world record yesterday.
And here's the thing. I'm not only going to give Sid a shout out. Shamir Little starts off with a sub 50, 49.5. That's how you want to start it off. And then you have Gabby Thomas, 49.3, and Alexis Holmes bringing it in a sub 49, 48.77. Not to be, and that's when she ran a solo almost.
Absolutely.
A solo 48.77.
That was all for time.
So I'm excited to see what Alexis Holmes does in her future as an individual 400 runner. But, we saw Femke Bol chase down in the mixed 4x4. No chase down today for Femke. But she did chase 48.6.
She got second. Like she was in fourth or fifth and she got second. But
she chased down for second place, but not for the first, but a 48.6. Yeah. I'm not, but then Great Britain, listen, great tradition there, coming in third.
Femke Bol would have been third on our team. All right, fine.
Which is wild. Femke Bol would have been third, and Femke Bol is one of the fastest runners in the world. So
47.9 like a week ago.
So that's the Olympics on the track. Dave, so what's your takeaway? We have the women's marathon to close out the running portion, the
I wanted,
athletic
yeah,
portion.
I wanted to give a little shout out there because what Safan Hassan is trying to
Oh
do
my God.
might be, if she can medal, scratch that. If she can finish, like if she medals tomorrow morning after running 2 rounds, 5K, getting bronze, 10K bronze, a day rest, coming back and running a marathon, if she medals, and I wouldn't put it past her.
Would we be surprised if she wins? Because that's
No,
her best
no,
event. It's her best
no.
event is the marathon.
I would not be surprised because I'm glad she didn't do 15 because I don't feel like she's in that realm anymore.
No.
But she still probably would have run 354, 355.
And
But
after hearing that, Safan's going to run the 15 at the very
okay.
next Diamond League meet and
she'll
go
run it 3 days after the marathon run. But like if she can do this, I mean, like, is there a better feat at the Olympics? Like, I mean, and it'll go notes. They'll come up with some person who did something. But I mean, a marathon, 10K, 5K in a week.
I mean, I said it. I made a joking around thing about how Cindy McLaughlin should win the SB every single year for best female athlete. But what about Sifan Hassan? Like the get medals in the 3 longest events. If she medals in the 3 longest events, like people that don't run don't understand the feat. Runners, people that are around athletics will love what she did and will respect her for all time. Her name is etched in history already as one of the greatest distance runners of all time. But that will just solidify her as the greatest distance runner of this generation because you acknowledge that if she focused on any one of those events, she'd be Faith Kipyegon. Like if she focused,
she was Faith, when she focused, but now she's going marathon. Like I just like
incredible.
Her range, like she's sub 2 in the 8, like all up to the marathon. Like, what are we doing here?
And
so what was your one takeaway, man? Like your one thing that you just were like, was there any event or just like the overall just atmosphere or feeling that you had? Cause like I was all in it, man. Like
the vibe around this American team has never been healthier. We could we talked before about what people think of Noah Lyles and how people are mad at him, whatever. But I still think even through all that, they are rooting for each other to be successful.
Yes.
And they are picking each other up. The reaction of Team USA watching Cole Hocker win the 1500
was awesome.
You don't necessarily see that all the time. You see a lot of people focused. You see
it was sprinters, it was throwers, it was everyone. Coaches.
And this is athletes that had events to come. It wasn't necessarily usually you see those athletes events to come locking in. They don't care about anything going on. The overall camaraderie of this team, being happy for each other, really cheering each other on, genuinely enjoying, it seems like, being around each other. And it was probably because they had great accommodations at some beautiful hotel, Dave. But
it's all the cardboard beds. It's
bottom line, the fact that this team, and I think maybe having Worlds so often maybe actually help this.
Sure.
Because they're teammates more often now. A lot of those people are the same people who Worlds.
They generally know each other more.
And outside of being at a meet against each other.
And I feel like most of them are within an age frame where they would have competed against each other in high school and against each other in college. So like they're all kind of within this. I mean, you have your outliers, but overall they're all kind of, so they've been competing. And with social media now, like you can't help but just know who everyone is. So I definitely got the same vibe. I thought it was stellar. I loved how after today, the 4x4 men, they waited. Women won. They were right there. It
was beautiful.
Congratulate. I mean, it's the whole, like, I can't imagine a better performance by this track and field team. I mean, like we said, the men scored in every event, but the 141 and the 4x1, which I don't count.
Well, an American record.
Right. I mean, like if you would have went into saying America's going to, like, I'm just talking only distance for 1 second. What we did in the distance events is unfathomable. If you would have told me going in, we'd score no one in the 8, but we run 141. We get first and third in the 50, first, third, and fifth in the 15, third in the 10, third in the 5,
second in the steeple, which to me, the longest shot was the steeple.
Oh my God.
Now that Evan Jager's been out, he was kind of the one that kind of at least like knocked on the door. Rooks has been.
And how can you not love Rooks just watching him run, like looking all around? Like,
and he's just been
in the Olympics.
He's just been looking like really good and really game. And it was like, okay, we knew Rooks was going to give it a shot, right? He came off the turn in first.
I know.
And then he just sat there and just held on and had pure balls. That was the event. That's usually the event that
was just the craziest event.
we
You're like,
we had Galen Rupp for a little that could disrupt. We've had Bernard Lagat that could disrupt in the long events, things like that. We expected Grant Fisher to be in the mix. He's the American record, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody expected. We've had, and again, going with that, we have Yared, who's been disrupting.
I thought we could score in the 15.
We could score in the 15.
I didn't think we could score in the top 5.
I thought we could score in almost every event. I thought Bryce had a good shot. I didn't think Rooks had a chance in hell. I thought he was going to be game. I thought he was going to work. I didn't know if he was going to make it past qualifications. His PR shouldn't have gotten him past the qualifying round. He just has run out of his mind. So Kenneth Rooks needs more recognition.
Yeah,
for what he did as a debut rookie Olympian too. It was beautiful.
I mean, listen, like you mentioned earlier, with Noah Lyles, like he won the 100. Whatever happened to, whether he rubbed people the wrong way or not, I still think his brand is needed for the sport. Whether you like him or not, people know who Noah Lyles is. Publicity is publicity is publicity. So do I feel he could have endeared himself maybe better in certain ways to his teammates, to the fans, to his competitors? Sure, but whatever. I mean, he's still an all-time great, and he's going to come back. I think he's going to be even more focused now, and it's going to be interesting. But I mean, just Kung Fu Kenny, I mean, minus the debacle that he had in the Formula 1. But I mean, like, you can go on and on.
200.
Yeah,
was great for him.
You can go on and on with this team on the men and women's side of just stepping up, man. Just like you knew that, like, see, like the vault, you knew he could score, but he did it. Like every time that you thought that they had a chance, they stepped up and they did it. So it's like all the what ifs almost came true, and it's crazy.
And I'll say my one thing about Noah, because I was going to bring up Tebogo talking his shit, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to give it the time of day. Tebogo basically saying I can't be arrogant enough to be the face like Noah Lyles. And so here's all I have to say. The strong, stoic type of track individuals, we love them, right? Because they do their job, they go in, they're respectful. We need to stop that. Because here's the bottom line. What was one of the best storylines going into here was Jakob Ingebrigtsen and it was Kerr, because they genuinely seemed to not like each other. When all was said and done, it was all respect, right? This is like a UFC.
Noah didn't give that respect after winning that Jakob and Kerr give to each other, or that Bolt used to give, or that Michael Johnson. Like these guys, it's, to me, I think it's more the running around prior to the race, like jumping around, like first of all,
more of that.
Any coach
would be
like, what the hell are you doing? You're going to run a race. Get your ass in the blocks.
And we need more coaches to allow it.
Conserve your energy.
Okay, this isn't baseball. And let me say this. Okay, that's fine for the track fans. We know who Rai Benjamin is. We know who Karsten Warholm is.
You're
right. Let's Tebogo. No one else does. Everyone knows who Noah Lyles is. Everyone knows who Sha'Carri Richardson is. You want to know why? Because him and Sha'Carri are boisterous. They're out there. They're not afraid.
No,
everyone wants to be this stoic guy. Okay, you know what? Let's Tebogo. Win your 200. You're an Olympian forever. You're a gold medalist. Go back into obscurity for 4 years, okay? Until next Olympics, and hope that you still have enough left in the tank. Because that's all it is, dude. And I like Lecil Tebogo. Like, we've known about him. He's a great runner.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. He's next, right? He should be. He should be the next great sprinter that is challenging everyone for what he does, 4-2, 100. But the bottom line is, Rai Benjamin, Karsten Warholm, all these guys, no one knows who you are. I'm sorry. I believe I'll have you on the show. No, we know who you are. But
no, I meant like you mean like here in the States. Yes.
Even internationally, not enough.
True.
Not enough people know who they are. And the thing is, who doesn't know Noah Lyles is? He stirred up controversy saying, hey, I'm a world champion. You basketball players aren't. Okay. And that started it. And he's carried it since. We need more of that. We need a little more animosity. We need animosity with respect after. We need.
Right. I'm all for that. I just didn't like how in that press conference, he's like, you guys don't have a chance. Like,
I love that.
You
want to know something? Here's the bottom line. I love that. Because then the other guy should have stepped up and said, we're going to.
Fred Kerr did. He said, all right, he said, hey, talk that shit. Come on.
I'm fine with that.
I mean,
but that's what we need.
But he looks like an ass when he's like, I'm going to come around that turn and no one's going to come near me. And you get beat, dude.
That's fine. But that's fine. But you get beat.
I know.
That's okay to get beat. Doesn't matter if you look like
agreed.
We need more people that are willing to put themselves out there and say that.
I love Noah.
He's before a race.
I love him, and I love what he does. I just think he maybe missed a little bit here, but whatever. He's the best. But I mean,
I just think we need maybe not up to his level. I think he's turning it up to 11 because he's the face.
Right. And it was the Olympics, and he feels that pressure. Like, I have to do this. You know what? I mentioned he's trying to play the role in some way of Conor
I
McGregor.
need the
Like,
heel. We need a
great
baby face and
and
we
just
need a heel.
causing. Fine. All right. You know what?
And here's the thing too.
I hear that.
Let's heel Tobogo. Yes, you do want to be the face. Yes, you can be that arrogant, or otherwise you wouldn't have made that comment. Okay. If you really felt that way, that, oh, I can't be that guy, you step up to the line as a sprinter. Yes, you are cocky. Yes, you are arrogant.
And he should be.
You may not show, sprinters have to be. Okay. If you're not that way, then there's something wrong with you. Okay. Period. As a sprinter. So I need more of it. I
All
need
right.
more outward expression.
I
I
do.
need more rivalries.
You know
I
what,
like that Kung Fu Kenny and Noah don't like each other.
I
I'm
can't
cool
be
with that.
hypocritical because I was all for it with a Kurt and Jakob. So I know
And people forget that Usain Bolt did talk his mess. Okay. Him and Tyson Gay and Justin Gatlin, whoever
Right.
was there, did not like each other. Maybe after the race, they were a little more nice. You want to know why? Because they couldn't beat Usain in the beginning. They did beat him before, though. Usain lost races. Usain was always himself. Usain was the, he took all the spotlight from everyone. You think the guys liked him? Nobody outside of the Jamaicans liked him. Okay. They might have pretended like they did because he was the it guy.
but they respected him more than I feel that these guys respect Noah.
No shot. They respect Noah Lyles because they
No,
know
of course they respect him, but I feel like they're like, all right, dude, like, come on, let's get on the
they have
line
no personality.
and run.
They have no
I know,
personality.
listen,
It's not their
I hear
fault. It's not Noah's fault. All right. Anyway,
So I think one person who I feel is not getting the credit that she deserves because she has 3 Olympic gold medals is Gabby Thomas. People aren't like,
Yeah.
she has 3, she won 3 gold medals, 200, 4x1, 4x4, 3. Like,
You
that's
know-
crazy. I don't care if 2 were on a relay.
and
She
we
has
talk
3 gold
about
medals.
her- and people talk about her more for the fact that she's a Harvard grad and she's
Right.
going to go up to this job. Like, I'm sorry, again, problem. I don't give a shit about her job after this. Her job should only be to run. She should be a millionaire as a pro runner.
Well, yeah.
Period. She
Hopefully.
should not have to. Her Harvard degree should just be for show on a wall when
Yep.
she's retired. Going, I could have done that
Yeah.
job.
You win the Olympics, you should be set for life.
You in the Olympics, and to come back the way she did too. Like, she was not healthy for the
Yeah.
longest time.
Listen, people are saying, oh, there was no street. I don't care who was in the race. She won. She was ready to go in the Olympics. The others weren't. She stepped up on the line and she
Yep.
freaking won. I
Yeah.
don't give a
So
crap who was
yes.
not in the race.
Gabby Thomas deserves a ton of credit.
Yeah.
And also, last person I want to give credit, and we'll close out because we're giving him an extra episode here. We're at 32 minutes. But last person I want to close out with, Karani James, possibly the end of an era in terms of getting on podiums. And
He's a robot.
I think we just need to acknowledge that the man has been a part of world-class distance, world-class sprinting, world-class sprinting for the better part of a decade. And he always found his way to a podium. This is the first time I can remember a major event.
But he still ran a PR or like right within 1 or 2 hundredths at 40. But here's the thing.
He's a monster.
He's still only in his in his young 30s. Like,
We'll
he's not
see him.
that-
He'll make finals. He will
He's not that old. Like, it's
He will
like
continue to make finals
Mhm.
all the time.
one of the
But,
all-time greats.
I
One
just
of the
think that
all-time greats.
We
Great
may
call
be
on
seeing
that.
an end of an era in terms of podiums, but
Yep.
he will be a guy that we will continue to see in finals, running fast, running 43 high, 43 mid, 44. Like, he just has that automatically in him. So just needed to give Karani James a shout out because even though he didn't podium, he's someone I just enjoy watching. And has just been such a game competitor. But I wish he was more boisterous. I'm throwing that out there. Everyone be more boisterous. All right. Anyway, let's get out of here.
So you want Grant Hill out there talking crap?
You mean Grant Fisher?
Grant Fisher, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I want him out there going, I should
But
have.
that's not his game. Like,
Then
that
he's-
might throw him off.
Okay, then we're not going to know who Grant Fisher. We will. No one knows who Grant Fisher is after this. No one knows who Cole Hocker is. No one knows who Hops
They are-
is. No one knows who any of them are.
No, people know.
We
You watch. You watch.
Yeah, they watch. In 4 years, nobody remembers.
They will. This is
Let's
the
hope.
beginning of the boom. The track and field boom is coming.
Let's hope we get that boom. Let's hope we do it. If not, we will be here 4 years going, hey, remember when Cole Hocker won that 15 gold?
Well, I mean,
know
you and
him?
I will be in LA.
LA.
So
Because here's the thing, too. Walk on the street and ask if anybody knows who Matt Centrowitz is. Who knows? Go sports fans.
that was
And
8
ask-
years ago.
I don't care. He's a gold medalist.
Ask someone who Cole Hocker is.
Ask him if they know who Peyton Manning is.
Well, of course they're gonna know.
Or if they know, or if they remember Andrew Luck.
Are we comparing
Yes.
NFL players?
Yes, because our athletes should be there. But you know
Okay,
what, though?
okay, but they're not.
8 years from now, people are going to remember Noah Lyles for his antics. And for
They
the
will no
fact that he was a
that I
world
can. People just like
Okay.
people always know Bolt.
Yes. Okay. So
listen,
that's my point. That's it. That's it.
brother, it has been an absolute privilege. I cannot thank you enough for letting me go on and make an ass
So
of
letting
myself
you, I appreciate it, man.
and
Your show
and just talking out. And everybody out there who listened, we have loved doing
every
this.
moment.
If you didn't like it, I don't care. But it was fun. It was great. And
Watch when we interview people. It's better.
yes, it was fun. Thank you guys. Thank you to the US team. An amazing job. You kept me riveted for 7 days. It was absolute magic.
And Coach Torchio, we're going to give you a shout out. Yes, both 4x4s were awesome. Benjamin did
Yep.
run well to hold off. We always want to give you a shout out. We appreciate you always
Thank
watching,
you.
listening, Coach Torchio. We
Thank
appreciate
you, Carl. Thank you.
it. But yeah, everyone, we're going to get out of here. We Dave did most of the legwork on the recaps, and he was fantastic. Getting his sea legs wet, really getting out there and talking. But you know, he'll
All right.
he's eclipsing me and surpassing me quickly.
The Olympics are over, guys. We still have Diamond League. Let's take a little bit to recap, and we will be back on with another episode this week. So long.
Later, everybody.